Hello, welcome back. Bob the Canadian here. So the game I have for you today is not from the regular World Tournament that I'm still in for now anyway. This is from the Italian Lords of Middle-earth Tournament. This is a game between Mol and the Fat Hobbit. So I've posted a few times on the Discord just that if you had an epic game, feel free to send it to me, preferably without spoilers, so I could just do a video on it and see what happens. So he sent me this one. I have the passwords, but I don't know how the game ends. So I'm excited to see how it ends. I also thought posting as he referred to it, spicy Lords of Middle-earth game would be a great way to segue. I get to take a turn organizing the Lords of Middle-earth tournament. Last couple of years been done saved by him. So big thank you to him for organizing it. That's how I got into the Lords expansion anyway. So yeah, excited to be getting the registration up for that within the next couple weeks. Like I don't want to do it too close on the heels of the tournament that's going on right now, but probably start it up soon anyway. So anyway, enjoy the game, and yeah, let's start playing Lords of Middle Earth, get in practice for the tournament starting soon. It's very exciting. At least it's for me anyway. So okay, so we have Fat Hobbit is playing Free Peoples, and Mol is playing Shadow. So he's doing the not like everyone plays it, but the fairly traditional Ghibli out to Erebor, which grants the Shadow player 1 token. So he's taking the mustering token, and with Gandalf and Arya as guide. So Fellowship, okay. Mol says 0 eyes. Very bold start. Rolls 1 eye and a pleasant attack roll after that against lots of movement. Wow, can you imagine if that had actually been 0 movement? Like he could have used a ring to move a 5th time for free on the first turn. That would have been epic. Okay, so he passes, uses the token to get Saruman to war. I think that makes sense. Then he moves troops along. Looks to be going for the usual Dew and Lorien rush, which interestingly, the Dew and Lorien rush does not work nearly as well in the Lords of Middle-earth tournament, because if you take your time against Lorien, Lorien's very defensible because Galadriel can show up and muster up the elves a lot. So with Lorien especially, you really want to blow it up quickly anyway. And that can make it awkward to try to get it in Woodland Realm at the same time. Like, you can do it. It's possible. It's just, it's much more problematic anyway. So anyway, Fellowship moves, does not get hit. Shadow armies keep moving out of Mordor. The usual army movement to West Emnet and Old Forest Roads. Armies keep moving. Okay, so Gimli's ability is used. So how it works in the Lord's expansion, if you put the alternate Gimli out here, Gimli Dwarven Lord, you may use any die result to muster that nation down a step and activate them at the same time. They aren't automatically activated by their presence, but if you do it once, then they're activated. So Shadow draws a card, gets Swarm of Bats. That's always a lovely card. Shadows Gather, that's good too. Wind from the West is very interesting to start with turn 1 because, like, on one hand, you can play it now and you get to see the Shadow hand for free, but also it's only been, 1 or maybe next turn, 2 turns. So they haven't drawn that many cards yet, so the odds of them having a really good card that you want to get rid of is a lot lower. So anyway, Fellowship moves again and is safe. In comes Saruman. Fellowship moves again and is still safe. That's officially bad luck for the Shadow player at this point. And in comes the Balrog, which is a reasonable choice. With 2 musters and a token, getting Saruman and Balrog is the only way to get to 9 dice for next turn. Unless, of course, the Fellowship got revealed, then you could use that muster to get the Chief of the Ring Wraiths in. Okay, so Fellowship draws King Brand. That's exciting for sure. Pits of Mordor and Nazgul Search, all good cards. So 1 eye allocated this time, and no more eyes rolled against... no, but there is 1 more eye rolled. Gandalf. That's so infuriating too, because the difference between 1 to 2 eyes, like how likely you are to get hit, is a huge increase from 1 to 2. So Gandalf rolling an eye against the Free People there is very frustrating for sure. So Shadow player is drawing strategy cards. Now Sauron is at war. Armies are moving some more. Fellowship moves and is safe again. Armies keep moving. They're ready to besiege Lorien here. We play King's Brandmen and draw into Power 2 Great. That is a perfect card to draw into right there. So red tiles out, Fellowship moves, and it's safe again. Oh my goodness. Okay, Pits of Mordor. Not super useful since you just cleared out both these strongholds, but at the same, like, what else are you going to play though? Shadows Gather, you don't really have a good army to move with that right now. There's no Witch King. They're not all at war, so yeah, Yeah, or, like you could just draw another card, but then you're drawing up to 6 cards and you have to throw some out, and these are decent cards. So, yeah. Anyway, Fellowship moves again, and now we're hit, and it's a 3, so they're not revealed. So still no Chief, and they've taken 6 steps, and all they lost is Gandalf. That's a very good start for the Fellowship for sure. Reasonable progress militarily, though. Okay, so pick out Foul Thing from the Deep and Hill Trolls. Dead Men in Last Battle. The game wants you to do something. If it's giving you Last Battle and Dead Men have done Hero, it wants you to do something. Okay, so Fellowship okay. 1 eye in. 3 more eyes rolled this time. Interesting. Then he just allocated another eye, I think by accident. Yeah. So he took it back out and changed it to muster. The Fellowship only rolls 1 movement this time, so that's a bummer. And also not having a Will of the West is also a bummer. But right, of course, Power 2 Great comes out. That is huge timing right there. Okay, so Mol is discarding, the Balrog action die and 2 cards to get rid of a Power 2 Great. So you could still get Galadriel now, but you can't muster before they get a chance to attack anyway. Oh, in comes the Black Captain first. Interesting. Yeah, that's a tough choice because you could try to rush it, like you attack right now and try to blow up Lorien before they can muster. But then, of course, you don't have the extra leadership and you don't have the redraw from the Black Captain. So that's a tough call. I think I would have tried to rush it down because, like, you have Desperate Battle, Swarm of Bats. They are terrible. Like, those are good cards. They're terrible, of course, is a lot better now that you have the Witch King there. Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. Then Free People's musters into Lorien, and we attack Lorien. Swarm of Bats against Daylight. Oh, beautiful for the Shadow. So 1 hit against 2 hits. Pass, then they play Olog High. Free People's moves, and it's hit, and Smeagol comes out. Hi, Smeagol. And then we attack Lorien again. So I'm guessing that's Desperate Battle. Yeah, against Advantageous Position. It always feels nice for the Free Peoples. Oh, there's 2 5s there that would have been hits, except for Advantageous Position, so that's pretty baller. Bloody stuff. Okay, so they press, and I guess they're playing They're Terrible against Sudden Strike. So the Sudden Strike does not work. 1 hit. Oh, man, all those 5s. Would have felt so good to be on the leader reroll. Still 2 hits. That's not bad. Against 2 hits. They're pressing again. Seems reasonable. Yeah, with the Deadly Strife should be able to finish this off. Especially because the Balrog here is essentially a double Captain of the West, right? So despite being down to 4 units, they're still rolling 5 combat dice. Oof. Only 1 hit from the Deadly Strife, though. That feels so bad. And then they take 3 from... Oh, man, that is just terrible luck. And the Heroic Death it's not even more than 1 hit, so they could just lose the leader. They don't even have to lose Galadriel for it. Oh, that feels awful. So there is every chance that Galadriel could sortie and kill the Witch King and the Balrog here. Cards aren't great for it. You really would rather have another Sudden Strike here. Or maybe a Confusion. But, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so 1 eye in, and away the dice go. 3 eyes this time. Got the Will of the West now, so that helps. That helps a lot. But first, are really bringing in Elrond first. I would have assumed that they would bring in, more Elven elites first in case they tried to finish off Lorien. But, bringing in Elrond is good too. Okay, troops keep moving along. Fellowship moves and is safe. I see. That's why he wanted to bring in Elrond first, so that he could use Elrond's ability to, I think, try to get to Mordor this turn. Okay, so Shadows Gather. Nice. That's a solid use. Getting that army over there to help finish off Lorien. Fellowship moves again. Is hit this time to R. So, yeah. Losing Smeagol is, I think, absolutely the correct choice there. So the Fellowship is all the way to step 9 and revealed. The Shadow player does not have Cruel Weather, of course, but we don't know that here anyway. Second tile is a 1. That's a very lovely tile. Okay, so Shadow player's drawing Cruel character cards. I think that makes a lot of sense, hoping for Cruel Weather so you can try to stall another turn. Okay, so using the Balrog die to attack Lorien. Another Deadly Strife against the Shield Wall. So there you go. 4 hits. There we go. Finished off Galadriel properly this time. Cycling into Many Kings. Fellowship hides. Army's moving out. Fellowship takes another step, and they're safe. That's remarkable. I would have been tempted to draw another character card there, just because what else are you going to do with that Palantir, just in case you do draw Cruel Weather? Yeah, out comes Gandalf the White, and out comes another red tile. Okay, so in comes a very healthy Fellowship into Mordor on turn 5. That's okay. So some eyes rolled from the Shadow player. Rohan buckles up into Helm's Deep first. I like how I get buckles up. It's kind of like you have all these Rohirrim kind of scattered all over Rohan. It's like let's all get together and fasten one big seatbelt around ourselves in Helm's Deep. Okay, so Fellowship moves, and it's a red tile. So that is not a lovely start. Wow, it's a big hunt pool, too. Like, the odds of drawing a red there were not high. That being said, I think an eye might have debatably been worse, just because it would have been 3 damage, but still a red tile obviously just sucks. So, yeah. Okay, so out comes the mouth. Always handy. Just having more dice, Moving in towards Rohan. Fellowship hides. Rohan is put to war, and Edoras is conquered, and yeah, more troops come out. So Saruman is somewhat vulnerable here, but there are no end cards at the moment. Oh, that's exciting. He just drew a strategy card, which is Aemir, which would be delightful to play on Helm's Deep, but Helm's Deep might be about to get besieged. Yeah, it gets besieged. Oh, that's frustrating. That's really frustrating to watch right there. Okay, so out comes Elven Cloaks. There we go. Try to thin out that hunt pool, make that other red tile less likely to get hit. Orc Patrol comes, and never mind, that blue tile is gone again. No blue tiles anymore. Okay, so then we use the Gandalf die to try to move again, and now it's an eye. So now it's 4R. They take a random and lose Legolas. I should mention, he said that they were on voice comm for this, so they don't spell out all of their actions. It's been pretty clear what they've been doing. Most of the time, though, so I haven't felt too out of the loop here. Okay, so out comes Candles of Corpses, and it gets 1 hit. That's slightly unlucky anyway. Okay, Nazgul Strike, and Orcs Multiplying again. Not exactly great for the Shadow player. Tom Bombadil and Elven Rope. Not bad. So the Shadow player puts in 1 eye and rolls 3 more. Yeah, the Free People's player is thinking about what to do. They use Elrond's die to hide first. So since Gandalf the White is in and Galadriel is dead, now the fact that Elrond's die had a star on it means that it's going away, assuming Gandalf the White is still in play during the action dice resolution phase at the start of next turn. So, okay, so army is getting together at Helm's Deep and in Umbar. Yeah, if they had Corsairs, that would feel a lot better, but it's still good to threaten Corsairs anyway. You never know when you might draw into it. Okay, Fellowship moves, and it's the other red tile. Lovely. Jeepers. Okay, so he takes a random, and it's a Hobbit, so suddenly he has taken a grand total of 1 step, and he went from being at 1 corruption to 7 corruption, and also Legolas is gone. So that is pretty much as bad as it gets here. The Balrog attacks Helm's Deep. Cycling the Black Breath against advantageous position. 0 hits for Shadow, 3 hits for Free People, so yep, that helps. Ring Wraith's a good card, but not exactly what the Shadow player wants right now. I feel like if I was a Shadow player, I would mostly be trying on Corruption right now, especially since the how hard the start has been for the Free Peoples, and relative to the military, it's unlikely you're about to get 10 points before they get to the top. Okay, so Isengard musters up a little bit. Many Kings. That always helps. Yeah, so now this army itself is, with the right dice, you could get to Woodland Realm and take it, or you could maybe try to take Erebor. Could certainly take Dale anyway. Okay, so now there's a blue tile in there again. Let's see if it stays this time. Okay, so he musters Gondor to war. Finishes reinforcing Helm's Deep and getting the army together at East Rune. Musters in Dol Amroth. And we attack Helm's Deep again. Onslaught against another advantageous position. 3, 4, 6s. My goodness. Okay, yeah, that's how you take a stronghold right there. Just roll 4 6s. Okay, so on they press. No card, no card. Great host, but just roll another 2 6s anyway. Okay, so Helm's Deep had a fantastic start and then just absolutely imploded. Okay, so on to the next turn. Grand and Day Without Dawn, solid cards. Wizard Staff and Imrahil of Dol Amroth. I think one of those cards is a little more useful right now than the other one. Just full transparency. Okay, so 1 eye in and 2 more eyes rolled against 2 movement. Oh, he just picked up Day Without Dawn. Wow, what a game. So he moves and hits a 2 reveal. At least it's not red. Takes a random and it's Strider, of course. That hurts. Okay. I would be very tempted to use that Palantir to play Day Without Dawn right now, just to take away the other movement here. Oh no, of course the Southrons and Easterlings are not at war yet. So yeah, okay. Armies keep moving. He plays through a day. Oh no, he drew it. Okay. I thought he was playing through a day, and I was like, where is that happening? Like, did Gimli really want to go somewhere else with these dwarfs? Like, okay, but he draws a card, makes perfect sense. Attacks Osgiliath, no card. Uses that confusion, doesn't get any hits with it. 1 versus 1, presses, retreats to Minas Tirith, makes sense. The elites are coming from Helm's Deep with the Balrog there. That's always useful. Okay, conquers Lasarnak. Keeps moving troops together. Musters in Minas Tirith. Attacks Minas Tirith. Draws another card. It's Dane. Plays Grand. Yep, I think that makes sense. That army's strong enough. You could probably take Helm's Deep here. Or take Minas Tirith, rather. And plays Day Without Dawn here. Yeah, I don't know. I really would have played that to, take away that extra movement just in case they do roll a bunch of movement and hit nice tiles next turn. But it's still a good card combat-wise. It's probably the best one to play out of the 4 available here. So he takes 2 hits and rolls all 3s. Like 1 6, but when 4 and up is a hit, a 3 just feels extra insulting. So he still gets 2 hits against the 3 from Minas Tirith. Presses into the next card. Presses into the next round, draws a card for the Witch King, of course. Is presumably playing We Come to Kill. That seems reasonable. I will be right back. And I'm back. Right, Grand on Minas Tirith. So he kept an elite here. I think he specifically just wanted to be able to play Valor. Nope, we're playing Shield Wall here anyway. So I'm confused then as to why he kept the elite as opposed to discarding down to regular. Having 5 regulars, then you'd be rolling, another die as opposed to having the elite there. But tomato, as they say. Okay, so 0 hits again for Shadow, and also 0 hits for Free Peoples, and 0 hits on the We Come to Kill. So yeah, that was shockingly peaceful. Yeah. Okay, here comes Valor against Onslaught. So still 0 hits from the Shadow player. Is that 30 dice with no 6s? I think that was literally all 3 rounds, no 6s from... Or did they roll 6s at the start? No, they did. Yeah, that's right. Okay, they had 2 6s to start. So not quite paper Grand, but in the same area. Oh, right, and that's 3 hits back from Valor because those 4s are hits. Grand is not pressed for some reason. Okay. But the reinforcements are coming from Umbar. Anyway. Uh-oh, he drew another red tile. Fellowship is doomed. Okay. So now he puts in 2 eyes. I think a correct choice. And rolls 2 more. Oof. And then they roll 0 movement. Oh, that feels so bad. Yep, spends Galadriel's ring to move. I think that makes sense. It's a 1. That's a relief. It takes a random, and it's a Hobbit, so that's perfect. Okay, Shadow draws into Wormtongue. Musters the Southrons closer to war. Musters closer to war again. Oh, I'm an idiot. I was just talking about how, why didn't he play Day Without Dawn? The Southrons were still not mustered to war. Don't listen to anything I say. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we play Farmir's Rangers here because I guess what else are you going to do? Oh, man. Just to weaken this army in Osgiliath, I would assume. Yeah. Okay, so the Shadow player uses a ring just to attack a little bit faster here. Out goes the File of Galadriel, attacking Minas Tirith again. Foul Stench. Now we can roll 6s. We remembered how it works. Okay, so we're pressing. No card. Another Relentless Assault that... Okay, well, it worked overall this time. 3 hits overall. Yeah. Okay, finally got Mina Streth. Mustering up in Woodland Realm. Yep, makes sense. Now, I'm a little surprised he did that because I guess it depends where are you planning on getting your last 3 points. He just used Rage of the Dunlendings and Shadows on the Misty Mountains, so the Shire isn't really a great option. Maybe this Force from Mount Gundabad is going to come. You also used Orcs Multiplying, though, and Return of the Witch King. So, yeah, like you're out of mustering cards that would help. Like maybe, what do you call it? Monsters Roused would help get troops closer. But so if you're going for 4 cities, I don't know, maybe just muster a couple times manually and then walk out. Or is this army just headed for Dol Amroth? But then what's the point of this army here? Maybe just a distraction to waste resources. That's an option. Okay, Dwarves to War. How come Shelob's Lair? Because you know they're going to hit it. This is the longest I've seen the Balrog die stick around. Like normally it's rolled an eye or something with the star by now, but nope, it's just still here. Okay, only one eye in this time, right? Because they're down to one companion. So, yep, Fellowship moves. It's an eye that hurts, but it works. Yeah. So, Lure of the Ring, yep, makes a lot of sense. So, it is definitely dicey here. So, what's all in the hunt pool here? Anything is survivable right now except for Shelob if it rolls a 5 or a 6. However, the Shadow player has We Shall Get It on the table, which the Free Peoples can get rid of with Wind from the West. Usually you'd rather see the other card. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a specifically Smeagol related card that heals 1 corruption, and you can get rid of We Shall Get It or that other Smeagol card with it. Yeah, so I would assume... Okay, Villiet, that makes sense, yeah. So he uses one of the rigs to put an extra eye into the box so that if the Free People's moves right now, then that's 4 corruption from either the eye, so now both of them are lethal. So he could still play Bilbo's Song with the Palantir and then move with the character die. And then it's back to winning on anything except Shelob. So. Okay, Balrog's coming out to attack Pelargir. No card. Cycling character cards, always useful. Yeah, here comes Bilbo's Song to heal up a bit. And now out comes the Lidless Eye. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So now eyes are lethal again because now they do 6 damage. So, yeah, armies move along. So there's just enough that he can still threaten to take Dol Amroth this turn. So he musters up in Dol Amroth. Dol Amroth is besieged. Yeah, so I guess you got to move and just hope for anything but Shelob. It's a 2. Oh, but We Shall Get It, of course, is still playable. It is Shelob! No! Oh my gosh, that's brutal. Okay, so it's only a 2, so you're definitely not dead from corruption. But my goodness, you might be dead. Yeah, you're probably dead to Dol Amroth falling now. Oh my gosh, I've never seen We Shall Get It come up that powerfully before. I've literally never once seen that. Like, I've seen it be used, but I've never seen it to redraw into the only tile that will save the Shadow player like that. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, so here we go. Dol Amroth, Relentless Assault against Advantageous Position. We take the 2 hits anyway, and we roll a 5, so that got a hit. And 5 hits back! Jeepers! Okay. Maybe that does not save the day for... oh, man. Okay. Wow, okay, so what just happened? So 2 hits for Relentless Assault, and then 5 hits. Like, no leader reroll on that. Just casually rolling 1 and 3 5 times in a row. Jeepers. Okay. So they draw into Mumakil, which is, of course, useless now. So I guess he's pressing because, it's very unlikely that you win the game next turn. Because the Fellowship just has to take 1 step and not take 4 hits of corruption from it. So, I don't know. If you roll a bunch of eyes, then maybe eyes can be lethal. But aside from that, they're pretty much just guaranteed to win. Or the Free Peoples could roll 0 movement next turn. You could pray for that, but I think you do kind of have to press it. Oh, no, he did not press here. Okay. So you're just praying for no movement. Yep. Okay, so 1 eye in and 2 more rolled, and we've got 2 movement now. So, yeah, Free Peoples just has to move, and literally anything is a win. So, yeah, there you go. 3R, and that's it. Wow, yeah, that was quite a game, all right. Shelob almost saves the day. But the Balrog, who is rampaged from Lorien to Helm's Deep to Minas Tirith to Dol Amroth, is finally stumped by the very, very fierce men in Dol Amroth, who just blow up his army in one shot like that. That's wow. Yep, spicy is a good word for it. That was a good game. Very exciting ending. Yeah, not every game is that exciting. Okay, so these are the stats. They're a little bit messed up here. It just thinks the Free Peoples rolled all the combat dice. So overall, there was +0 on 6s, -3 on 5s. So in terms of action dice, +4 on Palantirs and +4 on eyes. Yeah, I mean, if you want to play corruption wise, then that's good. But it felt like he was trying to rush military more though, so then that's kind of not so helpful. -4 on movement for Free Peoples. Still managed to finish by turn 10 though, so that's not bad. Yeah, great game. So I think this game is a good encouragement for why you should play Lords of Middle Earth if you're not. If you mainly just play base, I would encourage you to pick up Lords of Middle Earth because it encourages the Free Peoples player to defend a little bit better. It allows more tools for that, and gives more tools for the Shadow player to play by corruption. So you get a little more variety, a little more spice that way anyway. So yeah. Encourage you to pick up Lords of Middle Earth and join the tournament. The more the merrier. It's more fun that way. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.